Hello, welcome back to the Heart Sconce with the Heart Sconce. I'm just kidding. Welcome back to Tiki Rick Adventures. I really like sconces though, so I think I'm gonna start featuring sconces. I mean, who doesn't love a good wall sconce? But I have a deep appreciation for a good wall sconce, so I might start like a mini series within these vlogs where I highlight different sconces and clocks that you see around the park, because there are some very unique sconces and clocks here. Anyways, hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for joining me today on this adventure. I want to start by rope dropping the chimichanga. I got here nice and early and I got my coffee already, so technically it's not rope drop, it's a few minutes after. But I know the chimichangas will still be available right over there at Ship to Shore. I want to try the vegetarian option, the one without meat, so I'm going to get that one. I'm going to see if it offers something else in place of the meat. Maybe beans or something like that, or if it's just eggs and cheese or whatever it is. So I want to see though either way whatever it is, so let's go give that a try. And I figured out a good hack this morning to get the cheapest coffee that you could probably get here. So it was about $3.40 after tax. I think it was $3.47, and I got a double shot of espresso, and I asked for a cup of ice at Jolly Holiday, so I poured it into the ice, and that is frugal. That is frugality, my friends. That is about as frugal as you're gonna get. So yes, I got my good coffee too. You make your own iced Americano that way, so it's good and it saves you a couple of bucks. It's honestly better than the iced cold brew that they have at Jolly Holiday. Last time I tried that, I did not like their cold brew. Something was just wrong with it. I'm not picky. You guys know I drink black coffee, so I'm not really that picky, but if it's gonna be black coffee, there's nothing to match the horrible taste. So it needs to be good black coffee at least. And yeah, a lot of the cold brews around here that are black are not really the best that I've had so far. This is really good, nice and strong, good option. All right, so let's go get that chimichanga and we'll try it out. Oh, hi. Foraging for some food. Look, a non-mallard duck, wow. Most of the ducks here are mallards, it's funny. Look at this mom sleeping with her babies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think she has 6. Let me go around the other side and see if I can count them. I think there's 6 sleeping babies. She hid her babies well in that dappled shade. They use that dappled shade because it kind of mirrors the color of their feathers. That's why their feathers are that color. It kind of looks like a pile of pine needles in the shade. And she did. She picked the pine needles in the shade. I swear there's a whole family of ducks right there. You can't see them unless they move. They are perfectly camouflaged, perfectly blended into that terrain. Nature at its finest. They're waking up right now. They're waking up from their nap. Oh my God. Or sorry, it's shaky. It's gonna be a little unstabilized because I'm zoomed in very far. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Oh, they're fighting. They just headbutt each other. This is a blessing. This is like being the chosen one. They're coming so close to me. I do not have food of any kind. I am not enticing them. Please don't get the wrong image. I'm just minding my own business. I've been very, very still, and I've kept my voice very, very low. And they're coming my direction. They just woke up and they're, oh my gosh, they are so cute. Oh, they're gonna go for a swim. Bye. Alright, hi again. I got bad news. I got good news and I got bad news. We were bamboozled. We were hoodwinked. This is, I don't know, I don't have words. Let me just explain it. Nobody wakes up and says, I want to eat spinach for breakfast today at Disneyland. Nobody. Nobody in the history of ever has ever said that. Now, I love spinach. I do love spinach. But what is this? They put spinach in the chimichanga? The vegetarian chimichanga is spinach? I literally had no idea. I never even heard. The big thing is that it looks like really wilted spinach, like they use frozen spinach. So I like fresh spinach, you know, but we'll give this a go. I'm apprehensive already though because of that. So, but what the heck? If you guys had to guess what they put in a vegetarian chimichanga, a deep fried burrito, would you ever guess they're putting spinach? I mean, why not throw some kale in there and stuff too? Yeah, they should put a handful of kale in there for good measure. That'd be perfect. Or why not quinoa? Disney loves quinoa. They should put a handful of kale and they should put quinoa. It'd be terrible. And then the other thing that I was bamboozled and hoodwinked by, they do not have the salsa verde today. They're out of salsa verde. They didn't make any today. You guys know how I feel about La Victoria. This is like Pace. This is like New York City. You know, the old salsa commercials.
New York City!
Stranger, I hope you can beat a full house.
Pick up the original. Pick up the pace.
This literally tastes like the same as the canned salsa you get anywhere. It's just not ideal. That's not ideal. All right, so start off to a bad start. I'm sure I'll enjoy it, but it's off to a weird start between the spinach and not having salsa. I'm gonna have to load this up there. Cover that taste of salsa. I should have got, oh, Rancho del Zocalo has Tapatio. I'm gonna go get Tapatio too, because that'll make it better. Okay, it's good. The one with bacon and sausage is way better. So she did tell me they only make a couple vegetarian ones. But today they made 12 vegetarian ones, and there's 6 left. And it's still early. It's still early. It's still before 9 o'clock. So the vegetarian ones are like more likely to sell out, I guess, since there's few of them. It's good. I would get the meat one though. If meat is part of your diet and you're comfortable eating meat, I definitely would go with that one over this. This isn't bad, but the spinach doesn't add anything.
Attention, the spur station and storage train to be added from the stage position to the spur side. Please stand clear of all yellow lines and do not attempt to board this train. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! I like that. Yeehaw! You do get potatoes. You get bell peppers and onions and the potatoes. Now, I like the bell peppers and the onions, but like I said, the spinach kind of takes away a little bit. It doesn't really add to it. Spinach is okay, like if we're gonna have a spinach and egg omelet, but this is a lot of spinach, and it's all concentrated into one bite rather than being chopped up and mixed into the egg. If it were chopped up and mixed into the egg, I think that'd be a lot better. They should have somehow made kind of like a homogenized burrito filling and then filled each one. But yeah, it's just unexpected. I really did not expect that. It's good though. I definitely would get this. If you're a vegetarian, you're still going to really enjoy this. I just think you'd enjoy the one with meat a little bit more because the sausage and bacon is better than the spinach. But yeah, this is good. But you're not fooling anyone. This is the metaphorical equivalent of ordering a Diet Coke with your Big Mac. I mean, it's still a deep fried burrito, so you can put all the spinach in it that you want to, but it's still deep fried. All right, this is gonna make it 10 times better. Yeah, I love Tapatio, so I'm glad that Disney has Tapatio. It's my preference over, what do you guys like? Cholula? Do you like Cholula? Or do you like Tapatio? Or do you like Tabasco? Tapatio is my go-to. Okay, so we're gonna give this a try like this. Set my mouth ablaze. Woo. That helps. So if you put half a packet of Tapatio on every bite, it'll save it because it gives it a lot of flavor. That's good. Yeah, I like the Tapatio on it better than the salsa. But I think if you put both, that's the best option to do. Look at this. The last bite was pretty gnarly. Look at all that spinach. The only issue is that in the last bite there, the spinach gets really mushy and wet, and it's all just kind of balled up in the end there. There's not a lot of egg left either. It's like spinach burrito. Having a spinach chimichanga for breakfast. It's like you're eating a deep fried tortilla filled with spinach. Yum. Breakfast of Champions. Yum. So it's one of the last chances to go on Haunted Mansion before it's Haunted Mansion Holiday for the next 6 months. So I'm gonna ride Haunted Mansion Traditional. I like the holiday version, but it's just the last chance right now. So let's go do that.
This chamber has no windows and no doors, which offers you this chilling challenge.
Give us a hint by ringing the bell.
They have selected you to fill our quota, and they'll haunt you until you return. Now I will raise the safety bar, and a ghost will follow you home.
Good morning. Good. How you doing?
Disneyland Band. Very excited to be here with you on this lovely Saturday morning. This is our salute to the big old music of the Old West. And folks, I don't know what you think, but I thought the band sounded pretty good on that last one. Woo! Yeah, Dave, that's what I said. Not great, not bad, right through the middle. Pretty good. Seems like the right
You obviously weren't paying attention to those saxophones back there. We thought it pretty amazing.
been wanting to try for a long time. I've been meaning to try it. So I got the sambusa, and I'm really excited for that. It comes with a mango chutney, and it looks good. I think it's vegetarian too because it's just potatoes and vegetables in there. And then I also got the berbere popcorn.
In Ethiopia, this is normally said as berbere, berbere. In English, however, it is normally said as berbere. Berbere, a blend of powdered spices, including red chili pepper, that is used in Ethiopian cuisine.
It's a Berbere-spiced popcorn. So let me give that a try first, actually. Ooh, it's really well seasoned. It's like really coated, super coated. I like that. Ooh, it smells really good. Ooh, it smells like curry and like lemon. Definitely curry powder. That's really good. I would definitely recommend trying this. We don't get a lot of specialty popcorns like the other parks do, but it's nice when they do have a seasoned popcorn. The seasoning on this is fantastic, especially when you get a really coated piece. Look at that guy. Beautiful. Very unique. I'm getting a lot of cinnamon too in there with the curry flavor. And if you're gonna get that popcorn, just a pro tip, it was only $20 to get the popcorn bucket with the popcorn. Simba's my favorite. I still have a Simba plush doll from when I was a kid, so he's definitely one of my favorite characters of all time. But yeah, I used to carry this little Simba plush with me, so this is my new son. But it's cool because if you're already gonna get the popcorn, you might as well get the popcorn bucket with it. So let me eat my ground food here. I'm just sitting on the ground like as one does at Disneyland when there's no tables. Ooh. Look at how thick that is. It's like very viscous. Ooh. Yeah, see that? I thought it was gonna be like a chunky chutney, but it's actually pretty smooth. It's pureed. It's more like a mango jelly. The flavor on that's really nice. If you're a texture person though, you might not care for the texture of it. The whole inside is really just like eating mashed potatoes. I think if they individually fried the potatoes instead, it'd probably be a little better. I really like the flavor, and the shell is really crispy. Listen to that. It's like super crunchy, super crispy. The chutney itself is great. It's really sweet, but it balances well with the spiciness of the sambusa itself. So there's some peas. It's really good with the chutney though. I'd highly recommend that. And you get two full sambusas, so they're definitely a good portion size. Something you could probably split two with someone. Yeah, that was really good. I would highly recommend this. This is one of my favorite snacks I've got in a while. The price was pretty good too. I'll put the price on the screen. Can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was $8, but I'll put the price up there too because I took a screenshot of it. And you can mobile order these. One of the best air conditioning units on all of Disneyland property is here at Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. So if you come, you don't have to see the show, but if you want to come into the waiting room, there's always kind of like a curated museum display here. And there'll be a lot of artwork, a lot of concept work, things from the early days of Disney. So if you like Disney history like I do, I have spent at least an hour in here and I have still not covered everything. I have this like mission, this goal to read every single sign and every single plaque at Disneyland. And as far as I see walking around the parks, not many people stop and read things. So I might be one of the ones that die on that lonely hill. But I like going around and looking at some of these. Look, this is the mold for 1995 Indiana Jones, and it's pretty extensive in here. There's just a lot to look at. If you go over there, it's not the exact bench that Walt sat on, but that's the style of the benches from Griffith Park. That's one of the Griffith Park benches that he sat on at one time. So there's multiple benches that he dreamed about Disneyland, but that's where Disneyland was conceived, in Griffith Park, while he was sitting on those benches. This is when they were transitioning in 2003 from Pirates of the Caribbean into the movie version to put Jack Sparrow in there. Johnny Depp made his debut. this is terrifying. Nightmare fuel. There are two things of nightmare fuel here. There's a home video of me crying on this ride. It's just darkness and you could just hear me crying. This ride was scarier than any of the other rides at Disneyland. So this was in 1970s, the Main Street Jewelry Shop. That would have been so scary. It was just in a shop and it would spook and surprise kids. So if you hate Disneyland, this might have been the reason why. This might have scarred you as a kid. I'm sure it scarred some kids. And there's another piece of nightmare fuel. I don't know, I think this one is actually scarier maybe. These dead eyes. I was talking to other guests about this and they were like, that is so creepy. It's nightmare fuel. And I was like, it's kind of Uncanny Valley, right? They agreed. It's definitely the poster child for Uncanny Valley. It's Dumbo, but that's not Dumbo. If you look in his eyes long enough, I think, oh God, he'll steal your soul.
Ah! Hermit eyes! Dead hermit eyes!
Casey Jr.'s circus train, one of my favorite attractions of all time. Look at it, that is just so cute. Wouldn't it have been cool if there was a volcano, like the original concept were? One of the concepts. Look at this. A slide. Instead of going into Monstro's mouth, it was thought at one point that you would slide down it like Splash Mountain. Isn't that hilarious? The things that never were, the things that could have been. There are a lot of cool. I could talk about this all day, so this will be broken up into different videos. I'll show you guys different displays. But yeah, this was previously a Haunted Mansion display, and now it's like Dumbo and some of the older Fantasyland attractions instead. Very cool how they do it though. And it's called the Disney Gallery. It's kind of tucked. You got to come in the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln or Disneyana. This was worn by Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, that's crazy. That is so cool. It's an actual movie prop from Haunted Mansion. You can't tell, but it is very chatoyant. The pearls sparkle a lot. It's nice. They have all the old attractions. Look at Monsanto, House of the Future. That is so cool. It's just so many different things. The Phantom boats. Wow. I could name each and every one of these, but I don't want to bore you guys to death. I'm really into Disney history, so if you ever have a question about that, I might know the answer. Look at that. That's the Mike Fink keelboat. That's when guests were allowed to ride the keelboat. It's still on the Rivers of America. It's over there. That was actually used in the movie. There's a Mike Fink movie that was actually used. It wasn't a Mike Fink movie. It was actually a sequel to Davy Crockett. So it was called Davy Crockett and the River Pirates. I just got confused. Sometimes I misspeak, so I wanted to correct myself on this instance of misspeaking. But yeah, that was a great movie with Fess Parker and Buddy Epson. And Mike Fink was played by Jeff York. Jeff York was in a lot of Disney movies back in the day. I know I've seen him in Old Yeller and Johnny Tremaine. He was Bud Searcy in a lot of the movies. Mike Fink is in that movie, and these keelboats were actually used in the production of that movie too. So I'm a big film guy. I really like movie props, and I think it's really cool that there's a lot of movie props around Disneyland that you can see.
Well, we need a song like they've got.
Well, let's sing one then.
He don't take nothing from no man at all. Ho, the bigger they brag, the harder they fall. Ho, the tougher they are, the louder they squall when they get wet in a free-for-all. Ho, Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
And there's two of them, and both were used in the movie, but you could tell by the number of passengers up there, it was incredibly dangerous, and it would create a high center of gravity, which would capsize the vehicle, the vessel. It would capsize the vessel. After several times of capsizing into that nasty water, they actually decided to get rid of the attraction. I believe they went from where the rafts went out of. If you guys are into Yesterworld Entertainment on YouTube, he has a great video on it on there. Mine train. That's really cool. That's why those tracks are left over on the Rivers of America. Mine train through Nature's Wonderland. And when I visited the horses, I want to find it on here if I can. There was a stagecoach that they had in the storage with the horses, and it's one of the stagecoaches that would have rode around this. There was another attraction with stagecoaches, and that would take you through that mine train kind of area. Look at these. These were like air hockey pucks. You rode on these air hockey things, but they were kind of dangerous, so they got rid of them. Chicken of the Sea. That was Hook's ship. It was a Chicken of the Sea restaurant. It was actually in the lagoon right there. You could see Skull Rock. I wish we still had that. So Walt was able to add depth to film through cartoons. It was a brand new concept with this multi-plane camera. So they would stack up different images. So that would basically be different planes of field would be stacked and aligned differently, and that would give it the depth. So instead of it being two-dimensional, you could give the illusion that there's depth to the moon. If you don't make art this way, it'll be too flat for the mind to believe it. So it's a trick. It was a very clever trick, and that's how cartoons are made. Well, that's how they were made back in the day. And they would film it from the top. They'd put the camera like you see the guy doing there. They would stand at the top and film downwards through it. So what you're seeing there is filmed top down. And you can see how there's different planes of the trees. Let me show you again. You'll see the depth, the illusion of depth. It's an optical illusion. See that? And they would take, you know, what is it? They were filming in 24 frames per second, I believe. So they would take 24 of those still shots every second to create video. That's why it's just called moving pictures. Well, that's why it was originally called moving pictures. It's just a bunch of pictures. It's one of the animators' desks. As early as 1939, Disney Studios had these in their animation building. They are a standard now in the industry, but these turning and rotating tables that allow you to do art quicker without moving and repositioning your own body, it allows you to reposition the picture so you can more accurately draw a picture. Well, thank you guys for joining me on this adventure today. So today we learned that spinach does not belong in chimichangas. You're not fooling anybody. So if I'm gonna eat junk food in the morning, I'm eating junk food.
I want my bacon. I gotta tell you something. Bacon is good for me.
Don't put spinach in my donuts. Don't touch anything unhealthy with spinach. It's not gonna help. You're just lying to yourself if you believe that. But the chimichanga was good. If you're vegetarian, you will enjoy that. If you're not vegetarian, I would just go with the meat option. I think that was a little better. But they're very comparable. It's just the main difference was the spinach. That was kind of weird. It just caught me off guard. It was really mushy, and they cooked the life out of the spinach. I mean, that thing had been through heck and back. The spinach was worse for wear. It had definitely seen better days. If it were fresh spinach, that might have been a little different, but there was no vibrancy left in it. So, just lackluster. The rest of the chimichanga was good. I'm just disappointed that I didn't get the salsas, so oh well, what can you do about that? Lunch, the snack, the sambusa that I had, that was good too. The flavor is very adventurous. If you're not one to take risks in terms of tastes and flavors, if you're not one to go out of your norm, you might not like this one. It was a little adventurous. I did like it. I just think the texture was really weird. It was really overcooked in the center. So the potatoes and the peas and everything were just all one mush. It was really mashed up. And the potatoes were like gray. You know when you overcook potatoes and they start to get gray? I think they could have cooked it a little bit less and it probably would have been delicious. But it seems like they're pre-cooking the filling a little too much before deep frying those sambusas. It was great though. The mango chutney that came with it was awesome. The Berbere popcorn was also really good. I think I'd just get the regular popcorn instead, but it was nice to have some, you know, some change, something that was a little bit different. Now, as I ate the box, the cinnamon flavor started just getting stronger and stronger and overwhelming. For some reason, my palate just stuck to the cinnamon and it started picking up that more and more, and it kind of masked the curry flavor itself. If you like Berbere-spiced, if you're familiar with that, with African style spices, Ethiopian food, then you will like this. It was nice though. I'm glad I tried a few things, not really outside of my comfort zone. I'll try almost anything once. I'll never say that I don't like something that I've never tried. I'll at least give it a try. And these ones, I don't know if I'd order them again because there's a lot of great food options in the parks, but I'm really glad I tried them. So that was nice. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me on this adventure today. And until next time, I'll see you guys. And thank you to each and every one of you. I appreciate you.